Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Imagine a world without technology. Imagine a world without electricity. Imagine a world with no refrigeration. Imagine a world where there are no diseases. Imagine a world without science. Oh. As John Dewey once said, every great advance in science has issued from a new audacity of imagination. Imagination truly is a remarkable thing. Without imagination, all we can do is categorize the world. And while that sort of thing is important in science, it is not science itself. Without imagination, science is a dictionary. According to Albert Einstein, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is only limited to all we know and understand. Although knowledge is important, imagination is just as important. Imagination helps us create. Imagination helps us discover. Imagination helps us picture the impossible into the possible. And with the power of science, you can make the impossible, well, possible. Now let's get back to science. Now let me ask you a question. What do you think science really is? Most people would say science is just a subject. And I took a little survey in my class to prove that. And 8 out of 14 people said science is just a subject. Science isn't just a subject. Science is a body of knowledge and a process. It's not just a collection of isolated and static facts. Science is not just a collection of isolated and static facts. It is a process of discovery that allows us to link isolated facts into understandings of the natural world. Science is a concerted human effort to understand or to understand better the history of the natural world and how the natural world works, with observable and physical evidence as the basis of that understanding. So basically, science is a way that helps us understand the world, including what the world is, what it's made up of, and how it works. Now that we know what science really is, let's get to know what roles science has in our lives. Food is one of the many things that science has affected in our lives. Without science, food in this world would either be hunted or cultivated. With science, we are able to improve our food quality and even make new kinds of food. Biotechnology, for example. Biotechnology is the use of living systems and organisms to develop or make new products, such as food. Tempeh is one example of a biotechnology product. It uses a certain type of fungus to break down the proteins in the soybeans used to make the tempeh to make it easier to digest. Fun fact, did you know you could use the physics of making the perfect pancake to save sight? According to UCL research, by understanding the physics of the process of pancake making, you can use it to give important insight on how flexible sheets, like those found in the human eye, interact with flowing vapors and liquids. And this can be used to treat glaucoma, which is a condition that causes damage to your eye's optic nerves. Besides food, there are many other things in our lives that science has affected, such as music. Music is basically built upon science, like how the vibrations of the strings of your guitar can make a certain sound, musical notes even, or how the drums create a certain sound when you hit a certain part of it. But music isn't just a sound. Deaf people can't hear through their ears, yet they can still experience music. Deaf people experience music by feeling the vibrations of the music. By feeling the vibrations of music, deaf people can tell difference in rhythm and sometimes even pitches. Certain deaf people can tell difference in pitches depending on where the musical notes vibrates in different parts of their body. Like Evelyn Gleaney, she is a deaf percussionist who can tell difference in pitches. She said that lower pitch sounds she feels mostly in her legs and her feet, while higher pitch sounds on her face, her neck, and her chest. Science is everywhere around us. Our whole lives are evolved around science. And if you still think science is boring, then think again, because we are all made up of science. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.